This is basically a little how-to for AMV makers in 2018 and for Windows 10. Now, me, like many other makers, depended on Windows Movie Maker in the past. I, like many others, got caught when Windows 10 got rid of their video program altogether. Even Windows Live was gone that they made for Vista was gone. I played around quite a bit with trying to find other programs that claimed to be of a similar setup, but in reality they weren't. I had tried one of the higher recommended programs called VideoPad. I did their 3-month trial of it, and what I found with VideoPad is it's good if you're doing just video clips and say a slower paced track. However, if you're trying to do a slideshow, you can't do much with your images, and with AMVs or with movie clips, if you're trying to do something that has a lot of, say, flashes or beats, the program tends to lock up and just tends to glitch, and a lot of times just completely close down on you. I played around a little bit more with what was offered in the Microsoft Store, and so far what I've found to be the best replacement has been a little thing called Animotica. It's a free trial for you to test it out. I tried a couple of promotional slideshows with it using my projects, and that'll leave you with a watermark. But to get the full version, it's only like $12, and you can use it on multiple machines once you pay, as long as you keep up with your Microsoft account. But so far, Animotica has been the best replacement for Movie Maker that I've found, as this is its basic setup when you boot it open. It takes a little bit to get used to, but it's fairly similar to Movie Maker and how it runs. But I don't have too much on my laptop to play around with, but I'll put a few in here to give you guys a basic idea. But say you wanted to do something quick for cosplay. And as you can see, this isn't going to quite work. So we click on the image, tell it to make it fit, which it does. And you can play around with what you want to do in the background, whether you want to have it like a blurred version of the image itself, whether you want that plus some shapes. Or if you just want to have color, or if you just want to have a color backdrop. Let's do it this way. And it's already around, but it looks like it's not going to this time. Oh, on this one it wants me to turn it on. Okay, and on Movie Maker, you had to specifically say ease in or ease out in order to get some motion going. Here, just turn motion on. I guess I just want to do it here because the image is so big, but oh well, we'll get along to it. But the only setback with this particular setup is, rather than say a timeline where you can cut and trim, you got to click on your image individually and then move to duration, and then you got to make a basic estimate of how long you want your image to go. So I think I'll go ahead and set this for 6 for the sake of this. Setup, and then yeah, you can play around with this as you want to. I actually had a lot of fun playing with this on a promotional video for a friend's Mephisto doll. I had a lot of fun playing around with this. But that's what you got about that. To add another image, just click on this again. Add video or photo clips. Search for them as you normally would. I'm going to go ahead and add in my other Saris images. And then I'll have, for transition, I'll have this fade to black. Give it maybe 0.5. Then I want these two to maybe blur together, or opacity. I'll give it a little bit like that. Give these a few more, get those to fit. Give them a few more seconds, duration. And there we got that. Well, is motion gonna be, okay, motion is on for those. Okay. But of course we're gonna want audio, right? So unfortunately, since this is going off my laptop, I don't have the massive collection that I would on my desktop when I usually do this stuff. Because my desktop's got higher memory. But let's see what I got for music sakes on here. This might be a funny example, but this may not sound quite right, but okay, looks like I got a little something to fix, because I got to fix where that audio is going. So let's set this to start. Backtrack, and with that, I think we do need some motion with this. So let's go down here, and maybe we can play around with the scale. Have it start like there, and then have it end up the more regular size. And then maybe also have it slide from there to off the screen, just for the fun of it. Have it do that, and let's see where that gets us. I think we want this to go a little slower, don't you? Let's try 8. And actually, what I'd like to do, give this a little bit longer, and actually fade, and actually let's switch this effect to a white, fade white, because of the track. These little tweaks will pull up these But that's about where I want it to stop, this particular one to stop. What I can do is a cheat here. Go down. Okay, looks like I can't do it here, but I could do this with video clips. If this was a video, I could click on this, say trim. Click on this, there would be a little thing with scissors that says trim, where duration is. And then I could tell it to trim from the end, and that would snip it to this point, which is where I want it to, about where I want it to end. But here I gotta just make a rough guess. So let's try 6 seconds. Looks like I want it a little bit more trimmed down than that. So let's try 5.5 if it'll do it. Let's try it. not enough. So let's try just 5 seconds. It's about right, but let's see. That's what I wanted, right there. But however, this is taking a little longer than I'd like it to. But let's see. But I kind of don't want to play around with it, but let's see. And I got distracted. Right about there is about where I'd want it to stop. So let's try to make that as 6 seconds. Feels like it's still not quite enough. 5. That might be a little bit overdoing it, but let's see. Sounds about right. Sometimes try to do it. Of course, if we tweaked around with that, we got to fix this. That's one of the things with timelines. You fix something to the far left, you got to fix the far right, because that timing gets tweaked. Some more time to this, because the other one was thrown off. Okay, why did it do that? Yes. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, I see it. It's coming to the end of that. That's about my main complaint about this plugin. Otherwise, it's a pretty good replacement. Otherwise, it's a pretty good replacement for Movie Maker. But I don't have any videos to really show you the difference between images and clips on this laptop. But it's something I can discuss in another session. And when you're done, when you're happy with it, hit save as. Then you can put it where you want to save it on the computer. Title it what do you want to call it. And there we go. And it'll load and do its thing. And you're ready to rock.